everyone, my name is Audrey Swanson, and for today I'm going to be talking to you all on the topic of media literacy. A philosophy professor of mine once called this time period the era of misinformation. I remember feeling somewhat puzzled at this description, thinking of the abundance of information we all have at our fingertips each day. However, just because there's an abundance of information doesn't mean it's all accurate or it's all accurately interpreted. In fact, a study by Red Crow Marketing in 2015 showed that the average person is exposed to between 4 and 10,000 ads per day. This number has only increased as well, with a lot of shifting from in-person to online platforms due to the pandemic. As a psychology major, I'm always interested in how people are communicating and interpreting information, but a particular interest to me is how can we effectively assess this information when often in mainstream media the focus is on quantity and not quality of information. Media literacy is relevant to everyone and can be beneficial to one's experience with knowledge. This importance has been emphasized by individuals such as Pam Steger from the group Media Literacy Now and their continued efforts to make media literacy an accepted and acknowledged component of education. Media literacy is a collection of skills that allows us to more accurately assess, create, and interpret media messages. It's described and defined as by the group Media Literacy Now as the ability to decode media messages, assess the influence on one's behaviors, thoughts, and feelings, and create more meaningful and conscientious media. These skills enable anyone to more effectively share and consume information. A study by Robin Blom in 2021 showed that believability was higher when a false headline confirmed one's previous beliefs. Strengthening these media literacy skills can prevent us from sharing and believing false information and can encourage us to seek true information. A study by Guess in 2020 showed that media literacy interventions in both India and the US showed increased discernment between false and true headlines. So now that we've discussed what media literacy is, let's talk about one of the individuals that has been working to improve media literacy education that's in our home sphere of Rhode Island. So Pam Steger is the Rhode Island chapter leader of the group Media Literacy Now, and she has spent over 30 years of her career working to improve media literacy education. Her work with Massachusetts and Rhode Island prisons, substance abuse programs, and violence prevention programs led her to her interest and emphasis on media literacy education. She's also trained over 4,000 journalists, librarians, and educators on media literacy, both in the US and internationally. Apart from this accumulated experience and knowledge, she's made some direct contributions to the efforts of media literacy campaigns. In 1999, she launched the Media Smart Project in Providence Public Schools, which was a federally funded initiative to get media literacy education to educators, librarians, parents, and students. As well as this, in 2019, she published the book Library Screen Scene, which gave schools and public libraries more information and materials as to how to incorporate media literacy skills into their programs. So these accomplishments have been spearheaded by Pam Steger in Rhode Island, but the group Media Literacy Now has paved even larger paths with equal importance. Media Literacy Now is a nonprofit organization throughout the US that seeks to have media literacy understood and accepted as an essential element of education. They were founded in Massachusetts in 2011 after the introduction of one of the first media literacy bills, and soon after, in 2013, the Common Sense Washington Bill was passed, which incorporated media literacy skills into curriculums, giving direct access to educators, parents, and students. Their impact has been expanding and continuously evolving after their 8 years of operation. In total, they have advised efforts in 24 states, which has led to over 140 sponsors of their media literacy programs. They have gotten 15 pieces of legislation approved, and they have 9 engaged governors in trying to get media literacy advocacy in the states. Also, these are projected to affect the education of about 10 million students. A study by Vrega in 2021 showed that those with higher news literacy are less likely to share information than those with lower news literacy. This finding is crucial because it shows how strengthening these skills of media literacy can lead to an improved communication on social media platforms with accurate information. I really hope that sharing this information with you today has showed how important and relevant media literacy is in all of our lives. More specifically, we've talked about what encompasses media literacy, some of the individuals such as Pam Steger, and groups like Media Literacy Now, their combined efforts to have media literacy be an emphasized and crucial component of education, both on an individual level, school systems, and on an institutional level. It's necessary that we acknowledge these individuals in these organizations because they help us adequately contribute to this positive change in both our personal lives and on a larger scale. In conclusion, this may be the era of misinformation, but thankfully the skill of media literacy is just that, a skill that can be nurtured and strengthened over time. Thank you so much.